If you can win today, you can change your life, because your entire future is nothing more than a collection of todays. Most people lose themselves in the fantasy of tomorrow, but tomorrow is built by what you choose to do in the next 24 hours. This audiobook is a blueprint for mastering today with precision, discipline, and consistency, so your results compound into a life you can't even imagine yet. You don't need a 5-year plan. You need to win this day. And if you do it again tomorrow, you become unstoppable. Chapter 1. The first step is all you need. Stop dreaming about the future. Dominate today. That's where we begin. Because your future is not the problem. Your imagination is not the problem. Your dreams are not the problem. The problem is that most people use the future as an escape from the work that needs to be done right now. And you know this. You've lived it. You've said the words, "One day I'll change. One day I'll start. One day I'll be better." But one day is a trap. One day is a lie dressed up as optimism. One day is how people waste decades of their life. The truth is simple. The future is earned by what you do with the next 24 hours. Not by what you post online. Not by what you plan in your journal. Not by what you tell other people. Win today first. Earn tomorrow second. That's the key. You have a choice. Every morning you open your eyes, you stand at a crossroads. Focus on what you can do today or fantasize about a tomorrow that never arrives. Most people choose the fantasy. Winners choose the work. The future is a distraction when it replaces action. There is nothing wrong with having a vision, a 5-year plan, a long-term goal. But when that vision becomes your escape from effort, it stops being a goal and becomes a distraction. Too many people future plan to avoid present discomfort. They call it preparing. They call it manifesting. But it's just procrastination disguised as productivity. Planning is useful, but planning is not progress. Talking is not progress. Getting ready is not progress. Execution is progress. Action is progress. Doing something today that your future self will thank you for, that is progress. Ask yourself, how much time have you spent dreaming, visualizing, researching, and planning instead of acting? If dreaming has replaced doing, then the future has become your distraction. You don't need more vision boards. You don't need more motivational speeches. You need to do the work today. Write this down in your mind. Win today first. Earn tomorrow second. The people who never move. You've seen them. You may have been them. The person who always talks about what they're going to do one day. They say things like, "I'm going to start a business. I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to change my life." But year after year, nothing changes. Why? Because they love the fantasy of the future more than the responsibility of the present. They are almost. They are about to. They are getting ready to. They are constantly planning, tweaking, organizing. But they never take the first uncomfortable step. They wait for the perfect idea. They wait for the right time. They wait for motivation. But motivation isn't coming to save them. The perfect moment doesn't exist. And the only right time is now. You don't need the perfect plan. You need movement. You need action. You need one small decision that you execute today, not tomorrow. The people who stay stuck are the ones who believe the lie that success will feel dramatic, instant, or inspirational. They want the movie scene moment. But success is built quietly, silently, through ordinary daily wins that no one sees. Win today first. Earn tomorrow second. The people who transform. Now let's look at the people who change. The people who improve. The people who transform their life. They never start with a perfect plan. They begin with a small, simple action repeated daily. Someone wanted to get in shape, so they started with 10 minutes of walking a day. Not a gym membership. Not a full workout program. 10 minutes. Day after day, until it became a habit. Someone wanted to build a business, so they spent 1 hour every evening after work learning and creating even when tired. Not 8 hours on a weekend someday. 1 hour today. 1 hour tomorrow. Consistency over intensity. Someone wanted to write a book, so they wrote 200 words every morning. Not 10,000 in one burst once a month. Just 200. Every day. And a year later the book existed. These people didn't wait for inspiration. They didn't overthink. They didn't talk about it. They started. And because they started, they built momentum. And because they built momentum, they changed. They understood the truth. Small daily actions compound into massive results over time. They knew one rule: win today first. Earn tomorrow second. Their secret wasn't intelligence. It wasn't talent. It wasn't luck. It was discipline. It was consistency. It was choosing today over one day. The choice you face right now. You have a choice. Yes, you. Right now. You can keep dreaming about the life you want, or you can do something today that moves you 1 inch closer. Not a mile. Not a leap. Just an inch. Because inches compound. Stop telling yourself the lie that you need motivation to begin. You don't need motivation. You need responsibility. You need discipline. You need to decide that your future is built in the present, not the imagination. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency. It's not about intensity. It's about repetition. It's not about dreaming. It's about execution. Most people won't do this. Most people won't act today. Most will wait, hope, wish, dream. But not you. Not anymore. Because you now understand the formula. Win today first. Earn tomorrow second. You win the day by doing the things your future self needs, not the things that feel good in the moment. You win by choosing growth over comfort. You win by doing the work no one claps for. You win by being loyal to the daily actions that align with your future identity. It starts today. It starts with one win. Not 10, not 50, one. Stop worshiping the future. Respect today. Dominate today. Because the only way to build the life you want is to win the day that is in front of you. Now that you understand why today is your only battlefield, it's time to narrow your focus even further. If your life changes one day at a time, then you must learn how to make that day impossible to lose. Chapter 2. Shrink your world to 24 hours. If you want freedom, shrink your world. Shrink it to 24 hours. Because the moment you try to control the next 10 years, you lose control of the only thing you can influence, the day you are living right now. People feel overwhelmed because they carry the weight of a decade on their shoulders. They think about everything they haven't done, everything they should have done, and everything they still need to do. No wonder they feel stuck. No wonder they freeze. No wonder they procrastinate. The solution is not to think bigger. The solution is to think smaller. 24 hours. Laser focus. No excuses. When you shrink your life down to the next 24 hours, you eliminate pressure, you remove overwhelm, and you take back control. You stop drowning in the illusion of time and start winning in the reality of the moment. The trap of long-term thinking. Society glorifies 10-year plans, big visions, and massive goals. And yes, thinking long-term is valuable, but only if it leads to immediate action. For most people, it does the opposite. It paralyzes them. They say, how will I reach my dream? How long will it take? What if I fail along the way? All future-based anxiety. All imaginary problems. All thoughts that remove you from action. Let me tell you the truth most self-help won't say. Trying to control the future is a waste of time when you haven't mastered today. You can't control the next 10 years. You can't control the next 10 months. You can't even control the next 10 days. But you can control the next 24 hours. And if you do that well enough, repeatedly, the future takes care of itself. The people who change their life are not the people who obsess over the finish line. They are the people who win the day right in front of them. Say it with me: 24 hours. Laser focus. No excuses. The 24-hour mission mindset. I want you to imagine something. Imagine that every single day when you wake up, you are handed a mission. A mission with a 24-hour deadline. A mission that resets and renews every morning. A mission that asks only one question. Will you win today? Not, will you win your life? Not, will you hit your 5-year target? Just today. When you live with a 24-hour mission mindset, everything changes. Your actions become simpler. Your priorities become clearer. The useless noise of the world stops mattering. This is how elite performers think. This is how disciplined people move. They don't ask, what should I do this year? They ask, What must I do before I sleep tonight? You want freedom? This is freedom. Freedom from overwhelm. Freedom from procrastination. Freedom from anxiety about the future. Because when your life is a 24-hour mission, there is no time for excuses. There is only room for execution. 24 hours. Laser focus. No excuses. The reset principle. Here is the powerful part. The mission resets every 24 hours. No matter how yesterday went. Good day? Reset. Bad day? Reset. No progress? Reset. That means you are never stuck. You are never behind. You never ruined everything. You can restart at any moment because the finish line is always 24 hours away. Think of how many people ruin their progress because they had one bad day, one slip, one moment of weakness, and instead of resetting, they quit. They label themselves a failure. They decide the goal is too big. But that mistake happened because they were thinking in months and years. When your focus is 24 hours, a bad moment does not become a bad day does not become a bad week, and a bad week does not become a bad life. The reset principle protects your progress. The reset principle saves you from the spiral. The reset principle gives you the power to begin again, daily. When the day ends, it ends. You extract the lesson, not the guilt. You carry the wisdom, not the weight. Say it again so your mind absorbs it. 24 hours. Laser focus. No excuses. Why 24 hours works. Shrinking your world to one day works because the brain can understand one day. One day feels possible. One day feels manageable. One day removes the fear of forever. Anyone can eat healthy for one day. Anyone can be disciplined for one day. Anyone can train their mind for one day. The magic is not in doing it once. The magic is in stacking the days. Stack 7 days, you feel it. Stack 30 days, you see it. Stack 365 days, your identity changes. Consistency creates transformation. Repetition builds identity. Mastery is earned daily. It's not about willpower. It's about structure. It's not about motivation. It's about commitment. It's not about the future. It's about today. Because when you win today, the future becomes a byproduct of your daily standards. How to apply the 24-hour rule. Here's what I want you to do beginning tomorrow morning. Step 1. Set your 24-hour mission. Choose 3 actions that, if completed today, count as a win. Not 30. Not 13. 3. Step 2. Protect your focus. Remove the distractions that steal your day. Distance yourself from anything that doesn't help you win today. Step 3. Execute. Not perfectly. Relentlessly. Because discipline beats perfection every time. Step 4. Reset at night. Review the day. Celebrate the wins. Note the lessons. Then mentally release the day and reset. This is how you create unstoppable momentum. Not through intensity. Through consistency. Not through grand gestures. Through daily loyalty to your mission. Say it again so it becomes a part of you. 24 hours. Laser focus. No excuses. A day is your life in miniature. A day is a micro version of your entire life. How you live one day is how you live your life. If you waste your days, you waste your life. If you win your days, you win your life. One day at a time is not a cliché. It is the most powerful operating system of personal transformation ever created. You are not required to know how the story ends. You are required to write one strong page today. Shrink your world. Bring your life down to the small space you can control, today. The only day that matters. The only day you can win. When you master the 24-hour mindset, you take back control. And when you take back control, discipline becomes easier because the target is never far. It's right here in front of you. Now that your world is smaller, we must make it meaningful. It's not enough to repeat actions. You must elevate them into rituals that anchor your identity. Chapter 3. Build rituals, not routines. If you want consistency that lasts, you must turn routines into rituals. Because routines are tasks. Rituals are identity. Routines require motivation. Rituals run automatically. Most people fail not because they are weak, but because they rely on willpower to stay consistent. Willpower is unstable. Willpower fades. Willpower depends on how you feel. And how you feel changes every single day. You don't need motivation to stay disciplined. You need meaning. You need emotional attachment. You need a ritual. Say it with me. Rituals make discipline automatic. Why routines fail? Let's be honest. You've had routines before. Morning routines. Gym routines. Study routines. And you stuck to them for a few days, maybe a few weeks, and then you dropped them. Why? Because routines feel robotic. They feel like chores. They feel like a list of tasks someone told you to do. A routine without meaning becomes a burden. And the moment it feels heavy, your brain looks for escape. People think they lack discipline. No, you lacked emotional connection to the discipline. Here's the truth. The brain protects what it values. If your brain doesn't value your routine, it will not keep it. This is why you must turn routines into rituals. Rituals are not just actions. They are signals to your brain. This matters. This is who I am. Rituals make discipline automatic. What makes a ritual different? A ritual is a routine infused with intention, symbolism, and emotional meaning. A ritual transforms I have to into I get to. A ritual turns small actions into identity-building anchors. A ritual makes the action sacred, personal, and non-negotiable. Drinking water in the morning is a task. Drinking water as a ritual is, I hydrate to awaken my mind and prepare my body for the day I'm here to conquer. Writing in a journal as a routine is something you skip when you're tired. Journaling as a ritual is, I write to align my mind with the future I'm creating today. The action is the same. The meaning is different. And the meaning is what keeps you consistent. If you want to stay disciplined even on your worst days, you must attach meaning. Why? Because meaning outlives motivation. Repeat it again. Rituals make discipline automatic. The power of symbolism. Humans are wired for ritual. Every culture, every religion, every tribe across history used rituals to build identity, unity, and discipline. Rituals create structure. Rituals create belief. Rituals create belonging. Why do you think athletes touch the field before a game? Why do soldiers follow the same preparation steps before deployment? Why do monks begin and end each day with a sacred practice? They are not routine tasks. They are identity anchors. A ritual tells the mind, this action matters. This is who you are. The Olympian who ties their shoes the same way before competition is not doing it for convenience. It is a ritual to signal, it's time to perform. The monk who lights incense, bows, or chants before meditation is not doing it randomly. It creates presence, intention, and identity. Rituals prepare your mind before the action begins. Rituals remove the negotiation. Rituals tell the brain, we do this. Every day. No discussion. This is what you've been missing. Not a better routine. A personal ritual. Rituals make discipline automatic. Rituals shift identity. Here's the deepest truth. Rituals change how you see yourself. Anyone can force themselves to work out. But a person with a training ritual sees themselves as an athlete. And once your identity shifts, discipline becomes natural. You don't need to force what feels like a part of you. You don't need motivation to be who you are. Rituals connect the action to your identity. I do this because this is who I am. The reason you abandon routines is because they were never tied to your identity. They were tasks, not expressions of self. Once you attach identity to action, consistency stops being a struggle. You no longer say, I'm trying to be disciplined. You say, I am disciplined. That shift is everything. Say it again. Rituals make discipline automatic. How to turn a routine into a ritual. Here's the practical blueprint to transform your habits. Step 1. Choose a meaningful purpose before the action. Declare why it matters. Not just to be healthy or to learn. A personal why. I train because my future deserves a stronger version of me. Step 2. Add a symbolic start. This can be a phrase, a sound, a gesture, a short countdown, anything that signals the beginning. Like an athlete claps their hands. Like a monk rings a bell. Like a runner hits start and breathes in twice. A ritual always begins with intention. Step 3. Keep it low effort to begin. Rituals must be simple enough to repeat daily. Don't overcomplicate them. You can evolve them later. First, build the habit. Step 4. Protect the ritual. No skipping. No excuses. Even if shortened, it must be done daily. The power of a ritual is in its consistency. If you do this, you won't rely on motivation anymore. Your ritual will carry you when you feel tired, emotional, or unmotivated, because the ritual itself becomes the trigger for discipline. Say it again with conviction. Rituals make discipline automatic. Real examples you can model. Here are simple rituals you can begin tomorrow. Morning ritual. Drink water, stand tall, breathe deeply, and say, "Today I win." It takes 30 seconds, but it anchors your day. A work ritual. Before starting, clear your space, place your phone away, set a 25-minute timer, and whisper, "Laser focus." No excuses. You train your brain to enter work mode instantly. Fitness ritual. Put on your shoes the same way, in the same order, with the same song or breath pattern. It signals the body, "We train now." Evening ritual. Write one win, one lesson, and one intention for tomorrow. This closes your day and resets your mind. None of these are routines, they're rituals. They mean something. They connect to identity. And identity sustains discipline far longer than motivation ever could. Rituals are how ordinary habits turn into lifelong disciplines. Routines fade because they lack meaning. Rituals endure because they transform who you are. Create meaning. Create consistency. Create identity. Because discipline becomes effortless when the action becomes part of you. And now that you know how to make discipline automatic through ritual, it's time to start where every win truly begins. The first hour of your day. Chapter 4. Master the first hour. The first hour of your day is the most important hour of your life. Why? Because the first hour sets the tone, the standards, and the direction for the next 23. If you start with chaos, the day becomes chaotic. If you start with intention, the day becomes intentional. If you start in control, the day stays under your control. This is the truth most people ignore. You don't lose your day at 3 p.m., you lose it in the first hour of your morning. The morning is where momentum begins. The morning is where identity begins. The morning is where discipline begins. Say it with me. Win your morning, win your day. The first hour is your foundation. The first hour is not just another part of the day. It is the foundation. And everything that happens after is built on top of that foundation. If the foundation is weak, the day collapses. If the foundation is solid, the day becomes unshakable. Think of your morning like a launch sequence. If the launch fails, the mission never lifts off. But if the launch is strong, the mission is unstoppable. The problem is that most people start their day in reaction. They wake up and immediately respond to the world. They check their phone, scroll through other people's lives, absorb noise, absorb negativity, absorb distraction, before they've even breathed with intention. When you start your day in reaction, you're already losing. You gave your focus away. You gave your attention away. You gave your power away. You must start your day in creation, not reaction. You must start your day with control, clarity, and direction. Say it again. Win your morning, win your day. The cost of a weak morning. Look at the people who constantly feel behind, who feel stressed the moment they wake up, who feel rushed, overwhelmed, and unfocused. They all have something in common. There is no structure in their morning, no standards, no intentional beginning. They wake up late. They rush. They react. They start the day anxious and then spend the rest of the day trying to recover from a bad start. It's like beginning a race 10 steps behind everyone else. By noon, they're exhausted, not because the day was hard, but because their morning was chaotic. You cannot afford a sloppy morning. You cannot afford a reactive morning. You cannot afford to begin in weakness. The morning is your first battle of the day. If you lose it, you fight uphill for hours. If you win it, everything becomes easier. Win your morning, win your day. The power of non-negotiable morning wins. You don't need a complicated morning routine. You don't need 2 hours of journaling, meditation, yoga, hydration, supplements, and reading before the sun rises. You don't need perfection. You need non-negotiable morning wins. A non-negotiable morning win is a small, intentional action that builds momentum, self-respect, and mental clarity. These are not tasks you do when convenient. These are actions that anchor the day. They happen whether you feel like it or not. Here are the 3 morning wins I want you to commit to. Win 1. Wake up with intention. Don't roll out of bed like life is happening to you. Wake up like someone with purpose. Sit up. Breathe. Set your posture. On your start. Before you touch your phone. Before you read a message. Before you check the world, check in with yourself. Ask one question: how will I win today? This single question shifts you from passive to active, from follower to leader of your day. Win 2. Move your body. Not a full workout, not a full training session, just movement. Why? Because movement switches on your brain, your energy, and your discipline. When the body activates, the mind follows. Do 10 push-ups. Do 20 squats. Stretch for 60 seconds. Walk for 5 minutes. Not because of physical results, because of mental activation. Movement tells your brain, I am awake. I am alive. I am capable. This win is not optional. The body must move. It builds momentum you can ride for the next 8 to 12 hours. Win 3. Set your daily targets. This keeps your life aligned with the win the day mindset. Write down 3 targets that define a successful day. Just 3. Not a long to-do list. To-do lists create anxiety. Targets create direction. Ask yourself, what 3 actions guarantee today is a win? Write them. Commit to them. These targets become your mission. These 3 wins, intention, movement, and targets, are the minimum. They take less than 10 minutes, but they transform your identity, because they create momentum. And momentum creates confidence. And confidence creates consistency. Say it again: win your morning, win your day. Protect your first hour at all costs. Here is a rule that will change your life. The first hour of your day belongs to you, not the world. No social media. No notifications. No emails. No reacting to others. Because the moment you give your attention to the world, you lose control. The first hour is your time to strengthen your mind, align your focus, set your energy, and prepare for battle. If you protect this hour every single morning, your entire life will shift. You will feel calmer, sharper, more grounded, and more intentional. You will stop feeling like life is dragging you and start feeling like you are driving your life. Because you are. Why the morning is your identity forger. The morning is where you prove who you are before the world can influence you. When you choose discipline early, you carry discipline into everything that follows. You build identity momentum. If you start with strength, you continue with strength. If you start with clarity, you continue with clarity. If you start with purpose, you continue with purpose. And if you start with excuses, you continue with excuses. This is why the morning is non-negotiable. The first hour is your identity statement. It's you saying, I choose discipline before comfort. I choose intention before distraction. I choose ownership before excuses. You show your mind who is in charge. You show your life who is leading. You show your future who is coming for it. Win your morning, win your day. Your morning is your ignition. Your morning is your anchor. Your morning is your identity builder. Protect it. Strengthen it. Win it. Because when you win the first hour, the rest of the day falls into alignment. Master the morning and consistency becomes easier. Identity becomes stronger. And your days begin to feel controlled, intentional, and powerful. But a morning win is not enough on its own. To transform your life, you must create momentum throughout the entire day, one micro win at a time. Chapter 5. Break your day into micro wins. Big wins are seductive. They feel exciting. They promise instant transformation. But here's the truth no one wants to tell you: big wins are rare. Big wins are unreliable. Big wins are not sustainable. The real power is in small wins. Tiny, consistent victories stacked over time. Progress is built on accumulation, not explosion. Discipline is built on repetition, not heroics. Identity is shaped not by leaps, but by increments. Remember this because it's critical. A small win is still a win, and wins compound. Why micro wins matter. Micro wins train your brain to expect progress. They create momentum. They build confidence. They build self-respect. They shift your identity from I try to I win. Think about it. If every time you complete a task, even a tiny one, your brain experiences success, it starts to crave that feeling. The more you win in small ways, the more your mind aligns with action instead of procrastination. This is not theory. This is biology. Every micro-win releases dopamine. Every micro-win reinforces identity. Every micro-win tells your subconscious, I am capable. I take action. I get results. And over time, those small wins compound into massive change. That's the secret the most successful people know, and why ordinary people never catch up. Examples of micro-wins you can apply today. Micro-wins are everywhere. You just need to recognize them and stack them deliberately. Here are simple examples you can implement immediately. 1. 5-minute wins. Stretch or move your body for 5 minutes. This activates energy and signals to your brain that you are ready to take control of your day. Clear your workspace for 5 minutes. Even a clean desk gives clarity and focus. Write one sentence in your journal or plan your top task. That's one small but impactful win. 2. 10-minute wins. Read 10 minutes of a book or article that improves your mind. Knowledge compounds like interest in a bank account. Respond to emails or messages that you've been avoiding. Small action here removes mental clutter and frees space for focus. Do 10 minutes of deliberate skill practice. Typing, coding, writing, drawing, or any skill relevant to your goals. 3. Stacking wins throughout the day. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Each one is a win. Each one builds momentum. The brain starts to expect progress. And slowly, those 5-minute and 10-minute wins accumulate into hours of meaningful, unstoppable productivity. Remember, the absolute size of the win is irrelevant. It's the act of completion, the proof to your mind that you can take action, and the accumulation over time that transforms your life. Say it again, a small win is still a win, and wins compound. Micro-wins and self-respect. Self-respect is built the same way. It doesn't appear overnight. It grows from repeated action that proves you are reliable to yourself. When you consistently finish what you start, even small things, you begin to trust yourself. Micro-wins are the currency of self-respect. Every time you honor a small commitment, you are telling your mind, I am disciplined. I am reliable. I am capable. And self-respect fuels bigger wins. Bigger challenges become easier because your identity now supports action instead of excuses. This is the hidden leverage that separates people who talk about change from people who actually change. The mental shift, action over perfection. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting for the perfect block of time, the perfect conditions, or the perfect motivation. The truth is, you will never feel ready. You will never feel perfect. But you can always win in small increments. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's all it takes to start momentum. That's all it takes to remind your brain, I take action. I do the work. I am moving forward. The accumulation of these small wins changes how you see yourself. It shifts your identity. It rewires your brain to expect progress, to crave action, to resist procrastination. And when the day ends, you can reflect and see tangible evidence that you won even in small ways. Those moments of proof compound over weeks, months, and years into unstoppable momentum. How to implement micro-wins daily. Here's a simple method to stack wins consistently. Step 1. Identify 3 to 5 micro-wins each morning. Not huge tasks, tiny actions that can be done quickly but contribute to your bigger goals. Step 2. Schedule them deliberately. Attach them to fixed points in your day, after your morning ritual, during breaks, or right after lunch. Consistency matters more than duration. Step 3. Celebrate completion. Even a small nod to yourself or a mental acknowledgement reinforces the win. You are training your brain to recognize and crave progress. Step 4. Reflect at night. Review your micro-wins. Appreciate the progress. Plan for tomorrow. This closes the day with momentum and reinforces self-respect. Why this approach works? Because life is not built on one massive day of triumph. It is built on a series of repeated, reliable days. Each day consists of wins stacked upon wins. Each win reinforces identity. Each identity shift reinforces discipline. And when the days accumulate, the results become inevitable. Micro-wins are the backbone of compound growth. They make progress predictable. They make success unavoidable. They make action automatic. If you embrace this method, you no longer rely on rare bursts of inspiration. You no longer wait for motivation to strike. You no longer blame circumstances. You simply win, step by step, small win by small win. The final lesson. The life you want is not achieved in a single day. It is not achieved in a single breakthrough. It is achieved in the consistent accumulation of micro-wins. Every time you honor a small commitment, every time you complete a small task, every time you follow through, even when it's inconvenient, you are building a life of discipline, identity, and unstoppable momentum. The ultimate secret is this: progress is available to anyone willing to start small. Start today. Start now. Start with one micro-win, then another, then another. Stack them relentlessly. Over time, those small wins create massive transformation. Remember, a small win is still a win, and wins compound. Now it's your turn. Take a moment and identify 3 micro-wins you can complete today. Don't overthink. Don't wait for motivation. Just act. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, done. And tomorrow do it again. Stack these wins. Make them non-negotiable. Build momentum. Transform your life, one micro-win at a time. If you found this audiobook valuable, hit the subscribe button now. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next lesson in building discipline, winning the day, and creating unstoppable momentum. Start today. Take the first win. And remember, a small win is still a win, and wins compound.